All right, peace, peace, peace. First and foremost, hopefully the Most High in your house shall bless your day. By His mercy, you are consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house body, and two, we're naturally alive. Man, I don't want to go into this, man. Like, it was crazy, man, because I was just thinking about that. I was reading. One, this is also two on the morning prayers. That's Psalms 103. Like, how, like, flesh is as grass, and that lines up with the Peter and the letters and things of that nature. But but we gonna get into this how like one the Most High house shot favor is like how that's really like important and deep, man. Because we gonna get into this real quick, man. Because this is like, and also too how the Most High house like how I said my words of spirit, man. Because we just finished reading Proverbs chapter 19 because it's the 19th today. And shout out to the elder brother Judah Mack and Masharathi, but specifically Judah Mack, but Masharathi too, but. Because I remember a while back, some years ago, he said, "Listen, there's a proverb, and most of the people in the word, in the knowledge, even our brothers and sisters in Christianity, Jehovah's Witnesses, or anybody deals with the word, know there's a proverb for each day of the month." So that's why I try daily to read each proverb a day of the month. But also, but we gonna get into this today, man. Like how the Most High house favor is so important, man. Because and let's get and also too like he said his word is spirit. But let's get this real quick, man. Proverbs chapter 19 verse 12. It says the king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion. So this is how it's talking about Yahushua, because who's that roaring lion, like pursuant to Jeremiah 4 and Revelation 5 and other places, Genesis 49 and other places as well, Yahushua. But his favor, it also too could be talking about this, the natural king, any king in history, pretty much like naturally that can happen. But spiritually, like looking at this from Most High House's perspective, we know that. It says the king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion, but his favor is as dew upon the grass. So see, let's get Psalms real quick, man, because it's talking about him having favor in your life, man. Honestly, because this was on the prayers this morning, honestly. So, then we're gonna get First Peter. Then we're gonna get in. Yeah, man. First Peter chapter 13, 103 verse 15. It says, "As for man, his days are as grass, as the flower of the field, so he flourishes." So yeah, when the Most High, and you like, and also too, that's going into like how like that Sirach 14, Ecclesiastes 14, that one generation comes after another, or like how like honestly like even James says your life as a vapor. That's what it's kind of going to in context this Psalms and First Peter. But but let's look at it in this aspect, since we're talking about how like how even if you live a short time, it's about what you do. That's where that wisdom of Solomon comes in, man. It's about how you live your life, man. Because Enoch was on earth for a short time, but listen, how he lived his life, man, it was like a long time, really, in the Most High House's eyes. Like, because you're faithful, righteous, or live like, obedient. So, but yeah, man. But this is like, as for men, his days are as grass, and a flower field, so he flourishes. So yeah, when the Most High House has a favor with you, man, going to flourish, man. Even if you go through trials and tribulations, like the brother of sent me a first one said last night, it's for our betterment, man. That's how he's chastising you like a son or daughter, like a child, man. But that's why what he gave us, the Most High House came us to get power to do, be powers of sons and daughters of him. So then that's where we're going to Act 14 again, like we just mentioned last video. With that tribulation, trials and tribulation, comes the kingdom, the inward kingdom and the physical kingdom. But let's get ready to grab to First Peter 1 real quick. First Peter chapter 1 verse 24. It says, for all flesh is as grass, and the glory of man is as the flower of grass, and the grass wherewith, and the flower thereof falleth away. So see, yeah, and that goes into James, like how your life is as a vapor. But in this context, let's look at it like this, man, because it says the king's wrath is as a is as roaring a lion, but his favor is as dew upon the grass. So yeah, man, let's go Deuteronomy 32 real quick, man, because this is really his doctrine, his word is when he's like, he favors you, when he reveals like his word, his son, the Most High Yahshua, he reveals like they reveal themselves to you, man. Like that's why they got the gospel, the witness, the testimony, new covenant is so important, man, because that's that favor, man. Honestly, like of course, of course he can like a lot of brothers and sisters, like and also myself, like we came in the conventional way. Listen, we the people of the books, we're descendants of the are the Israelites, man. We're the Israelites, but and the law sets you commandments, his instruction. But now, that favor will lead him back, lead us back to him and him and the Most High Yahushua, man. But anyway, man, let's grab Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 2. It says, "My doctrine shall drop as the rain, and my speech shall distill as the dew, and a small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass." So see that? That's that favor, that dew upon the grass, man. That speech, and he have an ear, let him hear, man. That's why that he's favoring you, man. Honestly, man. It is too, and that's a good thing. Cause shout out to brother Semi Firstborn, like you said last night, man. That's why honestly, the gospel was never meant to. It was prophesied. It was never meant to be popular, man. But but that's how that's even showing how the Most High Yahshua, how it is, man. How the basis things are, man. Cause it's all about giving a praise and esteem to them, man. And it was we can't really boast in the gospel like that, cause different fractions, whether it's in the word, a lot of times too, we just focus on listen. Are we big players in the word? Yes, but ultimately it's about the Most High Yahshua. We play a big role, and we have a major role in this film, in this movie, man, of the Most High Yahshua, which is his realm, his existence, his life. But also too, it's really about them. But also too, you got a lot of times that Christianity, Jehovah's Witnesses, Pentecostal, Baptists, Catholics, they think that they're a lot of times too, you really hear them, it's really they teach things or talk about things of their own, how you can get your own desires, or how a lot of times it's their organization that's going to save them, even in the word too sometimes. But you know what, that's why the gospel isn't that's another story for another day though, man. But things like the gospel, new covenant, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, and that's that what you call them, that favor, man. It's just that honestly. But let's grab I was gonna go somewhere else, man. But dang, oh my gosh, shoot, I hate when I do that. But yeah, man, it's crazy because they even had my old job 2 years ago when I was working for my homie. What you call him? The one oh my gosh, sweet lady. I ain't gonna say her name, but but she told me about the song about Hezekiah Walker. It's called the Most High favored me, God favored me, man. And also too, I was listening a few months ago that DMX has had a posthumous album that did I say that right? Posthumous or posthumous album. The album came out and it was called and one of the songs on it is called the Let Us Pray album, and one of the songs on there is called the Most High favored me, or God favored me, man. So this is crazy that his favor is really really key, man. Honestly though, man, it was something else I was going to get. Golly, I hate that I forgot that, man. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is though, man. But let's get to Proverbs chapter 19 verse 12. It says, "The king's wrath is the roaring of a lion, but his favor is as dew upon the grass," man. So yeah, exactly. That's that dew. That's that speech, man. Speech, this dude, the word, man. Honestly, oh gosh, I was going to go somewhere. Oh my gosh, I'm so upset. Yeah. Doctrine is okay. Hold on. It's all good though. I lost my train of thought, but yeah, man, that's just the importance of his favor, man. Honestly, yeah, seriously, man. That's just really, it is what it. Because this too, yeah. Let me say this too. Shout out to the brother to Zion from True Nation, and the brother that sent me Firstborn too. Because sometimes it's things oh yeah, that's what I was gonna go. Hebrews, that doctrine is that Hebrews 6:1. There we go. Because it said what we just read in Deuteronomy, that doctrine is the doctrine of Yahweh Shai, man. Hebrews chapter 6:1. Therefore, leaving the principle of the doctrine of Mashiach or Christ, let us go into perfection, not laying again the foundation of repentance from dead works and the faith toward Yahweh. So yeah, that doctrine is now like that doctrine of Yahweh Shai, the gospel of witness, the testimony, like new covenant, all that stuff, man. But also too, let me say this too, because like the Bashar brother says, I want from True Nation, man. Because a lot of times too, man, that's why he's favoring you. Because even the brother sent me the firstborn, man. Because they said one time in the class, like, listen, don't you think like a lot of times when the Most High Yahushua is like chastising us or we're going through trials and tribulation, one it's like we always talk about, it could be like one, it could be that like it one's for perfection, for that refinement, because like because he's doing it because he loves you, like he said in Deuteronomy 8. And also too, sometimes it's just like, it could be like judgment, things that I'm doing. Like, that's where that 1 Peter 2:20 kicks in, like things I'm doing. I'm paying for things things I'm doing or things I'm living contrary to him. So yeah. And three, a lot of things is a time and chance in life, man, too, as well. And like, so those are honestly, that's the main, it's other reasons too, but those were the main three as well, man. But also too, gotta look at it that's why Job, Hebrews says, don't despise the chastisement of the Most High Yahushua, man. Going through the trouble tribulation, because he love you even more. That's why Psalms 73 kicks in, man, because David was like, listen, oh man, why are these people in the world they're so successful? But like they said, listen, I saw their end. It's like, dang, it's not even, no, man. So honestly, man, that's just is what it is. And also too, doesn't mean like, because you're not going through trials and tribulations or going through it, doesn't mean the Most High Yahushua is not messing with you. But that could be the case a lot of times too. But it's a balanced, nuanced type of conversation. Because even if because if you're doing the Most High House's will, and like sometimes too, he's just going to bless you on the back end too. But then of course, like much tribulation, or he might like take you through trials and tribulation, man. So it is just what it is, though, man. But hopefully, it's edifying, man. Much love to your brothers and sisters. So because I gotta get ready to go. So peace.